Hey everyone, welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. I am Lauren and my business partner is Hallie, who is not with me today. But what we are going to be talking about and diving into is yet another super cool niche neighborhood in Colorado that many people may or may not know about, and this is Perry Park. Perry Park sits in the city of Larkspur, so they are actually two completely separate areas, but Perry Park falls inside Larkspur. So Perry Park, it sits in between Castle Rock, which is due south of Denver, and Colorado Springs. The distance, drive time from Perry Park to Castle Rock is roughly 20 to 25 minutes, depending on weather. And then to Colorado Springs, it's roughly maybe 45 minutes. So it sits right in between those two areas. And what makes Perry Park truly special is it backs up along Pike National Forest. So what really I think is such a great feel about Perry Park and Larkspur, but Perry Park more so is what we're going to be focusing on, as that is our niche neighborhood, is it really feels like you're in the Rocky Mountains.
You've had this pair of extra gloves this whole time?
Yeah, we're in the Rockies.
So between Larkspur and Perry Park, there are under 2,500 residents in total. So it's a really special place. Most of the residences, most single family homes and townhomes, and where most people reside is going to be Perry Park. It's more of the larger populated area. Larkspur roughly has maybe over 200 residents, whereas Perry Park is more in the 2,000 residents range. So Perry Park also is part of Douglas County, so you do have access to Douglas County school districts, which is really great. Perry Park and Larkspur do have their own elementary school there, which is really cool. And again, you do have access, Castle Rock being close by, which is great. There's also Monument, which is another great area, has some great schools there as well. So I think what one of the most special things about Perry Park is how much open space and mountain views you truly get access to living in this area. You really feel like you are living in the mountains. However, you're not. You do get very high winds there. You get a much heavier snowfall than you get in the Denver metro area. It always feels a couple of degrees colder when you go there. And then in the summertime, it always feels hotter. So my mom actually lives in Perry Park. So when I go to her house and it's dead, middle of summer, I always feel like I am dying of heat versus when I'm in the Denver metro. You just feel that much closer to the sun. But what's really cool is because Perry Park backs up to Pike National Forest, so my mom's home, for example, her deck and her backyard literally look out to Pike National Forest. Is literally sitting, her home was built, is one of the first homes built in Perry Park, and it sits on a cliff. So literally in her living room, boulders stick out of her living room. She has a wine cellar that's built into the boulders in her basement area, which is really cool. And when you look off of her deck, all you see are trees, the red sandstone formations. There's trails all behind her house. I mean, it is views for days. At night, all you can see is stars in the sky and you don't hear a sound. It is so quiet. The lot sizes are so huge. There's so much space. You never hear your neighbor. It's a wonder. Again, there's trails throughout everywhere. Spruce Mountain is a really great indoor and outdoor venue. A lot of weddings get hosted there. It's a little over 400 square feet, absolutely stunning. There's Dawson Butte open space, and this is 7.7 miles, and it's kind of like a big loop, and there's trails throughout there. You can horseback ride, you can bike ride, you can hike, walk, you can take your dogs back there. No motorized vehicles of any kind, but it's so beautiful. So you really do have access to a lot of wildlife there, which I think makes it really special. Another outdoor activity that you get access to, there's a lot of golfing in Larkspur and Perry Park. However, one that I want to focus on a little bit more, since we're talking more about Perry Park, is the Perry Park Country Club and Golf Course. So this is a private 18-hole golf course. It is a private golf course, and there are different membership options available. I know for my mom personally, she no longer golfs anymore, but she is part of their social membership, and that was a $500 buy-in fee, and she gets to come have, all sorts of dinners, breakfasts, lunches in the country club. They put on a huge Easter brunch, and it's phenomenal. The food will knock your socks off, so she gets access to that. There's an Easter bunny egg hunt. There's just really cool things in terms of like having the social club access if you're not going to use, any sort of golfing. The community in and of itself is truly wonderful. This is a community where you are driving through and neighbors, everyone waves at each other. Everyone is waving. It feels such like a tight-knit community. And the community of Perry Park in and of itself puts on a lot of events to get its residents together. So the 4th of July parade is huge. My kids are in it every single year, and you decorate your bikes, you decorate, your motorized cars. People bring in their super classic cars. Farms, ranchers bring in like horses and donkeys, and it's so much fun. And you throw out candy and beads and all kinds of stuff to each other, and they have hot dogs and ice cream, and they make it a huge event. And then the town of Perry Park puts on a huge fireworks display that we can see from my mom's deck, which is really cool. But you can go down to the golf course and set up, a little spot and get comfortable and watch the show. So it's really neat. It's a great sense of community, which I really want to make note of here. In terms of housing, so there is a ton of variety in homes here. Now, all of them are going to be custom built homes. It is not a master plan community. Nope. They're all different, and they are all built in different time frames. So you will see homes built in the early 1970s all the way up until homes that are currently being built right now. So there is a huge multitude, huge diversity, which is great. And the plots of land are enormous in between each house. I mean, you literally, a lot of these homes, you don't even see your neighbors when you're looking out your windows, which if that's, privacy or quiet is something that's really important to you, this might be the place to be. In terms of price point, you really are not going to find a home in Larkspur or Perry Park for anything lower than $700,000. It's pretty much not going to happen. Nope. That price point can go well into the $2, $3, $4 million range, just depending on your view, your lot size, how updated the home is. I mean, there's really a lot to it. So big difference on price there, but really these homes are truly worth it. There are some townhomes in Perry Park. Some were built in like 1990s, and then there was some built more like the early 2000s. And again, these are still sitting within the $700,000 range. There aren't currently any available right now, but you never know. Maybe somebody will move out and you might get lucky. But yes, there are some townhomes in there sprinkled in with our single family residences. And then also every home sits on at least a half-acre lot, and that's small compared to what some of these homes sit on. So a half acre, if that's what you're sitting on, and that's like the small lot in Perry Park, you're sitting pretty nicely. Larkspur has a lot of, like more farm and ranches. I mean, huge spaces. When you drive, through Larkspur and Perry Park, there's just so much land. It's really beautiful. So on top of the lot sizes, it is something to note that there is going to be some home maintenance that comes with these lots. So fire mitigation is a must. You do need to clear out, dead trees, branches, debris, such as that. Snow removal on your driveway are incredibly long. So you do need to prepare to do that. My mom has a wood burning fireplace. My husband will go and chop her wood for her to heat up her home. She also does have a baseboard heating. If you've seen some of our other videos, we do talk about that, and that's more common in kind of these little mountain areas. And then really the demographic of, people that live here typically have a six-figure income. So it is definitely a pricier place to buy a home at, but it truly is worth it. It's a stunning place to live. With it being a little bit further out and there being so much land, let's talk a little bit about kind of the amenities that are near you. So if you are a big, you love going to the gym, you're a big Lifetime or 24-hour fitness type of person, you are going to have a little bit of a drive. So like I mentioned earlier, so Perry Park is roughly 25 minutes to Castle Rock. And then if you want to go to Colorado Springs, a closer city would actually be Monument, and is roughly 25 minutes as well. So you do have a little bit of a drive, and that is going to be, you know, your distance to a lot of amenities. That's your distance to the nearest grocery store. That's going to be to any sort of doctor. That's going to be if you have kids, you're going to have a trek to go on any of their after school activities. So it is a way. Your nearest Home Depot is going to be in Castle Rock. And then in terms of restaurant, you know, there's a downtown Larkspur area and they do have some amenities for you there, but it's very limited. I actually frequent these restaurants very often, so I can always tell you what's great and what to order and some fun little things about all of them. So downtown Larkspur is really cool. So they do have their own post office there. That's actually where we went and got our family's passports this year. There was no line where you had to make reservations 6 months in advance in the Denver metro area. Didn't need to make one 6 months in advance. We were able to make it 1 week out. There is a general store that you can buy, you know, like milk or like crackers, maybe like some Tylenol, but it's very limited. It's not a big store. If you are needing to do a grocery haul, you are going to either Monument or you are going to Castle Rock. There's no way around it. There is a veterinarian. Her business is in downtown Larkspur. There's a huge park that my kids absolutely love playing at. And then there is a liquor store there, and they do have a pretty good selection and variety. And then there are a couple of restaurants, and some of my favorite ones to note is Spur of the Moment, which is fantastic. They change out, they do weekly specials and are always changing out their food. And then they always have, you know, kind of their basic standard menu, and they have all types of food that you can choose from. And it's so good. They decorate for holidays. They always are decorated in there with lights and like big old Grinch trees for Christmas. And their food is really good. They do lots of sporting events. They put on all kinds of stuff. You can rent out the back room for parties, which is really cool. There's also the Larkspur Cafe. Originally it was the Larkspur Pizzeria, but they've changed it to the Larkspur Cafe. Their pizza is incredible. It blows my mind. Every single time I go in there, it is so delicious. They do huge calzones if you want. They have salads. It's delicious. And then on top of that, they do something that's really special. They do a walleye fish Friday fry night, and they get fresh walleye fish shipped in from Minnesota, and they serve it fresh every Friday night. And it comes with like a green bean side or a coleslaw, potatoes. It's so good. This fish is phenomenal. So I think that that's something really special. There's also El Chorrito's house. So there is a Mexican restaurant. The food is delicious. It's got such a cool atmosphere when you walk in. It's such a cool, quaint little place, and it's super delicious. So you do definitely have a couple of options that are close, but that's it. Some other activities that kind of take place in Larkspur that Perry Park has access to is the Colorado Renaissance Festival. This is a big deal in Colorado. I have been a couple of times. We try to go each year. It really is so neat. And it's very short-lived. It's shorter than 2 months every year. So typically they open around June timeframe into August, and it's only on the weekends. And people really get dressed up for this. I mean, people come in full metal suits, like full night gear, and it is 100 degrees out. Be mindful, Colorado, we have very hot summers. So if you are planning on attending the Renaissance Festival, bring a hat, bring sunblock, bring water. It is hot, but everyone is dressed up. Ticket prices change each year. They feel like they fluctuate a little bit, but you got to get in there quick. They do camel rides. They do elephant rides. When I'm driving down from my mom's, I'll see the elephants like during the week out grazing. It's crazy. They do actual jousting tournaments. They do like the giant chicken legs. It is so cool. They have like a fresh bread maker. You got to check out the Renaissance Festival. If you're around here, it's a staple thing that you got to go see. If you have any interest in coming and checking out this niche neighborhood of Perry Park or Larkspur, the surrounding area, Hallie and I would absolutely love to help you do that. We are licensed real estate agents in the state of Colorado. Please feel free to reach out to us at our number or our email listed below. You will always get one of us when doing so. And please hit that subscribe button. We would love your support. We put out 2 new videos every single week, and we hope you join us on the next one. Thanks.